Hello, this is Terry. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, this is Julianne.
Hi, Julianne. How are you?
Hi, good.
Good. Where are you calling from?
Sacramento.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, what can I do for you this evening?
Well, I guess I'm looking for creative ways for extra income, thinking about flipping a house or buying investment property or something so I can, work on a few long-term goals.
Okay, now is this for increased income, or what's kind of like your goal or the reason for wanting to do this? Is you need it for retirement, or what got you all excited about doing that? First of all, how did you find out about me?
I saw you listed on these meetup sites that had information on buying property and buying notes, and that's really interesting to me too. Is note buying. I don't know much about that, but
okay, we can cover that. We can cover that. Let me jump back to my previous question. Question is, what is your goal? I mean, what made you look at that and say, you know what? I'm going to give this guy a call because there's something that caught your attention, and there's something that, I mean, you could have the choice of calling anybody. Did you call anybody else beside me?
I didn't.
Okay.
No, not you.
Okay, wow. I'm honored. Out of all the stuff you've seen, and you decided to call me, man, I am so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, well, thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
I think what I'm looking at is I'm retirement age, and I've got, this huge nest egg of money in the bank, and I'm just thinking about, ways to, it doesn't make much in the bank, and it doesn't make that much in, stocks and bonds right now, and I'm just kind of thinking out of the box. And I've had rental properties before. I don't really know anything about banknotes, and I guess you have these little dreams of retirement and what that would look like. And my family is in by the beach there in Bodega and some in Napa, and I've been thinking about ways to maybe get a little dream house out that way.
Okay, now, where did you say on the beach? Where at?
At Bodega.
Oh, Bodega Bay. Right, okay.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, the coast, and the Northern California coast, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, open to a few areas there, but...
How about Airbnb? Is that something that might get your attention?
Yeah, it might.
I think that's a better income source than a rental property. First of all, let me just go a little deeper with you, okay? And, you can feel free to answer any way you want. And most of the times I ask a woman her age, I say, you're not supposed to ask a woman her age. But what it does for my audience, it kind of puts things in perspective. My recent video that I uploaded was a 23-year-old young lady who's just flipped her fifth house, looking to make $8,000. So, I guess the young people can better relate, or there may be someone that's, our age that could relate. So if you don't mind, could you go north or south of, or tell me, what your age is?
Yeah, no worries.
Yes.
Early 60s.
Early 50s.
Early 60s.
I'm sorry, early 60s, okay.
Yeah.
And you're retired. How long you been retired?
Since I was 58 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so you had invested in real estate before. And
I have, yeah.
Okay. So you owned your own house, you owned rental property, or just one?
Yeah.
Multiple rental property?
Yeah, all of the above. Yeah.
Okay.
So I owned my own house, and I had 3 other rental units.
Okay.
Unfortunately divorced and turned down in the economy and all kinds of stuff later. But I managed to do well.
Congratulations.
I did. Yeah, I sold a house and netted, I think $850, and that was my end of
your proceeds.
Yeah.
From the estate, the property, not the estate. I'm sorry, that's a bad word. From the properties that you owned.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you didn't lose during the recession or anything like that, did you? Anything?
No,
Okay.
I did. I did really well.
All right. Excellent. I mean, that's incredible.
Sell at the right time and all that.
Yeah. See, man, I love talking to people about real estate. It's like, wow. I mean, to walk away with, that sum of money, it does wonders. I mean, it makes you probably sleep good at night. Now I could see you're ready to jump back in there. So you're looking mainly to get a better return on.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the bug. That's the scratch. You're scratching. It's like, hey, I want a better return, and the real estate is something you're comfortable with. Have you ever invested in stocks and bonds? I don't know anything about crypto and none of that stuff. Okay.
And it's been a mixed bag. It's up and down, and I've been lucky with that too.
Yeah.
We used to call one of the wings of the house the Google wing. That's the wing that Google built, stuff like that. The Facebook wing, but.
Yeah.
I have been very fortunate of, when I go to buy and sell, just luck, I think. Dumb luck. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I just don't know how to control. I've never been taught, never learned it. So I just like real estate because I can control it. Not totally control, but I can kind of control the situation. So I'm much more comfortable with that. Okay, next. Do you own your house now?
I don't. So I've been living rather inexpensively for some 3 or 4 years, and it's been really foreign to me because I've always owned my own home since I was 24.
Yes.
4 or 5 of them. So it's been strange to retire and live here in Sacramento and take a step back and pay this inexpensive rent. It was once $900 to 2-bedroom, but there's no garage and stairs and whatnot. And now it's up to $1,250. So.
Yeah. Well, everything in Sacramento is going up, which I don't anticipate it stopping. That's just the way it is. I know I've owned property since 1980. And I don't raise my rent that often because I want to see my tenants stay long term. I don't like the turnover. I don't want to get that one tenant that just causes me all heck. But as a landlord, everybody's got their own way of doing things. Okay, so it's not you want to move. You don't want to own as a priority. It's just more or less. You want to get a better return on the capital that you have just sitting.
Yeah, I just feel like part of my, the main reason of giving you a call was instead of doing the typical thing that most people would do and, go and buy what now would be, in my 60s, a little starter home somewhere. And, certainly the family lives in expensive areas by the coast and in the heart of Napa Valley. But I think that can easily be done. I can go and just buy a house and leave the rest of the nest egg in the bank and invest it in whatever. But I've been thinking out of the box lately and thinking, let me call Terry and see what he thinks about, should I buy a 4-plex or a 6-plex and maybe do something like that first, or buy two little homes and flip them first and put a little extra money in the bank and then go buy the little house? Or is this, I never know. I always think it's a good time to buy real estate. Always, you can find a deal out there. But, do we wait a little longer with this economy, or do we jump in? And some of these areas, it doesn't seem to matter what you do, that just keeps going up 26.5% a year. I looked at the California Board of Realtors and the area around, San Francisco, not San Francisco specifically. I think I was checking the Bodega Bay area, and it was a whopping 26.5%. It had increased,
I love it. I love it. I got a property that I've owned because I did the numbers on it just a few days ago, and I've owned it since 1999. It's gone up 32%. every year. I got an overall 703% return.
That's
The
incredible.
property is worth 7 times more than what I bought it for, and it increased about $17,000 per year.
It's incredible, right? And
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's the
it's
beauty of real estate.
if
That's
you
why
have tenants
everybody should be doing
paying
it.
for it, it's just, if you have tenants paying for it, it's like,
Oh, that's even
you know,
better. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're having someone pay for the mortgage and it's going up in value every year. It's a win-win. And I mean, how do you do that in other investments? That's incredible.
Well, the thing of it is, at a very young age, something said, hey, look, don't. I love the golden goose, and I'd love for it to just keep laying those beautiful eggs, and I want to be able to pass it on to my kids, my daughters. So I wasn't a guy that was a wholesaler. As a matter of fact, in my 40 years of real estate, I have never flipped a house. Now, I fixed it up and then, sold it like they do on HGTV because, I'm a carpenter also. But for the most part, I like to buy and hold. And so this property I bought for $64,000 today. That was $19.99. Today, 2021. Let's put a date on it. March 10th, 2021. It's worth $450,000. It's 2 houses on one lot. I'm getting $2,100 a month of income. Again, with no debt to the bank. So, we're going through COVID right now. One tenant's not able to pay, and I'm still not hurting because, I've got the property paid off. The front house bringing in, like $1,200, and because I put away some money, I can kind of withstand the storm. So that's one of the things I tell people, hey, look, you got to get some properties paid off so you can withstand these recessions. Okay, now, let me just jump back in here.
I think that's great. And COVID does concern me. And I think I'm glad that you brought that up because maybe it's not the best time to be a landlord. But, I don't know. Maybe buying notes and talking to you about that or...
Yeah, I'll go over that. Let me just say this. Let's talk about now that, let's talk about investment. So at $450,000, let's call that your investment. Let's say, what do you think rents would be? I'm just going to run some numbers for you here. What about... let's just say it's $2,000 a month. I don't know if that's clear. Let's call it clear. Let's say you paid all cash, $450, and you got $2,000 a month coming in from the tenant. Now, again, that's just maybe a tenant, but if we did Airbnb, that number could go up probably to maybe even twice that amount. So let's just say $2,000 to start with. So you invest $450,000, you got $2,000 a month coming in. Let me just run the numbers to see what your return would be on $2,000 a month. So I'm going to multiply 2,000 times 20 or 12. Times 12. That's 24,000. We're going to divide it by the 450. That's like 5% return, which is not great on your money. That's probably close to what the bank's doing. But let's look at double that. Let's look at 4,000, which is going to give us 10%. That's pretty simple. Let's go to 4,000 a month times 12. That's 48 grand divided by the 450. So I'm just trying to run numbers with you so you can kind of see, what you need to be investing in. So that's like a 10% return. If you got 4,000, if you invested $450,000 in, let's say, maybe a couple units or some Airbnb property, and you got $4,000 a month coming in, that's only going to give you a 10% return. That's kind of like the average, but let me tell you how long it's going to take to get your money back. Okay, so we're going to take that 450 and divide it by 4,000. It's going to take you 112 months. No, that ain't right. That is not right, Terry. Let me try it again. 4,000 divided by 450. Okay. I guess I was right. So let me reverse it again. I always got to do my numbers twice. Reverse them. 450 divided by 4,000. 112 months. 9 years. Let's say 10 years to get your money back. Okay, so that's kind of the way I look at things. I look at the numbers. Is that an investment that's comfortable with you? Let's say you invest $450, whether you pay cash or whether you get a loan. You got $4,000 a month coming in. Going to give you a 10% return.
I don't really know.
Well, we're just
here for a second.
Yeah, we're just throwing numbers up.
Is there any 450 house that you could rent for 4,000? I'm not sure if that's
maybe Airbnb.
An accurate. Oh, that was okay.
Yeah, and especially when you say the Napa Valley, I mean, I'm like, whoa! Once the economy gets going, I think that's doable. But see, that's the way you
buying the house for $450.
If there's nothing there. Yeah, but that's okay. But we take the same model, we move it up to $650. Well, what do you want at $650?
Okay. Yeah,
what do you need?
That's doable.
Yeah. So that's the kind of way you want to look at investment property. Okay, I'm going to invest this amount of money. I need this amount of money coming in. This is my return. This is how long it's going to take me to get my money back. And that's what most people don't do. They just kind of take a chance and whatever they get, and they look up and they don't really know the return. And, but that's the way I look at things differently. Let's do notes real quick. I'm not going to recommend notes for you simply because it's the Rubik's Cube. It's very brainy, and I buy loans of people that are not making their payments. And it's in the distress market. A lot of people can't handle someone maybe going through a divorce, losing their property. But I love it. It's what I've been doing since 2001. And I just try to work out solutions to help person, move forward. One of the things I've done a lot of is people that were in foreclosure, they couldn't make their payments. So I'd buy the loan at a discount, and I'd do a loan modification. And they would make, payments to me. And I would make a pretty good return. I didn't have to be a landlord. I didn't fix toilets and paint and all that good stuff. So it is a way to invest, but for most people, if they invest in notes, especially performing notes. Now, again, I'm a non-performing person, but a performing note, they're looking to get 10% return. So that's one way to get a safe 10%. If you get a person that's making their payments and you can buy the loan, you're looking at probably about a 10% return. So, again, we're looking at probably 10 years to get your investment back also. So you earn 10%, taking you 10 years to get your money back. Just the way of looking. So notes is interesting, but it's not for everybody. Again, I deal in the non-performing, I deal in the distress, bankruptcy, the ugly side of the business, and most people don't have the stomach for it. Yeah. I would much rather say, hey, with what you've told me, I think, something like Airbnb, Napa Valley, that'd be an exciting project. Very exciting. And then you were telling me, now, did you say you have a daughter that's into staging?
Yes, I do. Yeah, she's great at that. She works with the realtors. Yeah.
And she's up that way already. So, I mean, I know you.
Right.
I know. I just imagine if you do get it, and we're just kind of dreaming out loud. But man, if you did that, I can imagine that being a really, really nice property there. So, that's kind of my 2 cents worth. And, without knowing exactly, but at least you got somewhere to start. You can go out and start looking at properties up that way and kind of putting your eye on it because you know about real estate. You've owned it before. Okay, hey, maybe can I? One of the things, I can't remember. Yes, my daughter went to New Orleans and stayed in an Airbnb. And I think they spent $260 a night, and it was $1,300 a week. For the month, that was $4,200, $5,200. Yeah, $5,200 a month of income. And I don't know what the size was, but there we go. I think that's even, getting up there with some, Napa Valley is definitely going to be, higher or somewhere up in there. So, but I don't know the size of the Airbnb. As a matter of fact, when she told me that, I went, oh man, I like Airbnb. $240 a night, and for 5 nights, I'm like, whoa, okay. Might have been $260 a night. Something, I think it's $260 a night. So, you look at that, whereas a rental, you may get $2,000 a month. Airbnb, you're doubling that, tripling that, quadrupling that as far as income. I think you might like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I like it. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah. I'm like, well, this is pretty exciting. And, the thing of it is that Napa Valley is so great. I just love going up there and looking at the scenery, and it's wonderful. So, all right. Is there anything else we can cover? You got any more questions you want to ask? But so this has been really fun.
I think that's good. I think you give me a lot to think about. I think that's a really possible direction for me.
Yeah, and then you can also do the virtual thing because, everybody's putting up videos, and you can run your numbers before. You don't have to go look at every single property. It's like, okay, and then you go in and you look at the Airbnbs in the local area and what they're charging. And so you at least can be equal or even greater depending on what you add with your services. So I think your thing is now become the master. Like I love it, the master. You have to master what Airbnb is, how does it work, and your rates, and how do you have a nice facility. You got to do all that research, but I think you'll like that. I think it fits you. I think it fits you.
That's a possible idea. I like it.
And you're better than, well, not better than a landlord, but I'm going to say that because you got people that come and they leave. They're not there year round every day. And when something like COVID hits, a tenant with just one person in, they're severely affected.
Yeah.
But now you got tourists, and again, I think you're at a good time also because of COVID it's opening up. It's opening up, and might be a good time. One last thing that skipped my attention. I don't know what it is. It was on the tip of my tongue. Can't think of it now. I've been, I do a lot of research. I watch a lot of videos on real estate, money, wealth building, investing, estate planning, living debt free. I'm always studying. And I seen a article recently, and it might even been a video, where there was an elderly person. He was a landlord, and he wasn't getting his rents because of COVID. Person wasn't paying, and he said, hey, he's older now and he needs his money, and he sold his property for 70% of the market value.
Wow.
And for real estate investors like myself, that's what we like to buy it, is 70%, and 20% is going to be our profit. That's if we're flipping it, and 10% is going to be in cost. So we use that formula. So I understood exactly what went on, but just imagine, again, this is not taking advantage of them. This person needed to have the money, so they said, hey, look, we'll take a loss just to get it sold. The person that bought it has to deal with the tenant, and that's going to be a process. But just imagine somebody in the Napa Valley, which may be hard because it's a prestigious area, someone that says, hey, look, I got to sell, and you find a property at 70% below market value that you can turn into Airbnb. It should be positive cash flow.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I probably would not be brave enough to deal with COVID tenants that aren't paying rent.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that part, but it's interesting that there are all these different options for
dynamics. But see, a person like myself, that's where you have me on your team, because I can go in and say, okay, look, Julianne, here's what we could do. Listen to me talk to this person. Maybe we can get the tenant to move with a little cash payment. See, and then at the end of the day, it's like we put it all together and I say, okay, Julianne, what do you think of that? I'm not comfortable with that, Terry. Okay, what's next? All right. And so you just keep working and keep working and keep working. Then one day you go, oh, this is the one. This is it right here. I feel good about it. Then you pull the trigger. So it's just a process. It's a process. So
Gotcha.
that's what I do. That's what I do. I appreciate you calling me. Can I answer anything else? Can I answer anything else?
No, great ideas. Thank you, Terry, so much for your time.
No problem. I appreciate you calling me, and I'll get you a link to this so you can go back and listen to it if you like. If not, it's still fine. But I appreciate you letting me walk you through some of my thought processes, my proprietary systems, my intellectual property. So it's fun. It's fun. Thank you kindly, and let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. And good luck. Good luck. I love when you got this all together. Give me a call and say, hey, Terry, you want to come to the Napa Valley and take a look at this grandiose plan? I go, yes, no doubt, yes.
Thanks, Terry.
All right, have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Okay, you too.
Take care. Bye-bye.